hip rags and all up our clothes in America. Okay, whatever. It's a spiritual battle. One quick thing. What I've noticed is that American people, and this is new over the last 70 years or so, expect the government to take care of you. You think that the government is going to look out for you or some psychiatrist or counselor or somebody. I'm trying to tell you, look out for yourself, adults, men and women. Children, your parents should be looking out for you until you become an adult. But you got the government, meaning the workers of the government don't care about you. Look how hard they're trying to stop the king, Donald Trump. What manner of man is this? The wind and the sea obeys him, Donald Trump. Look how they're trying to stop him from protecting you in your own country. They don't want you protected. They want you afraid. They want you worried. They want you down and out. And then they're creating this mess, and then they come and tell you, I'll save you from it. They create it intentionally, and then they say, I'm going to save you from it, and you believe it. It's like going to a so-called psychiatrist or therapy or a counselor, and you're looking for them to save you, and they give you medication and keep you angry, in a fallen state of anger and fear and doubt and loneliness and suicidal thoughts and depression and all that. And you think they're helping you. There's nobody on earth who can help you. You got to get to know yourself and take responsibility for yourself. Go back to the source within, and the source, not in your imagination, will take care of you. No one can save you from your evil spirits in your mind and emotions. Anyone that's into thoughts, your mind, and emotions are evil. You're possessed. And the government is not going to help you at all. They don't want to help you. They're going to thrill for not helping you. I heard this story. This is not my story. I heard it, and it made sense. Once upon a time, there was a king. And the king lived in this far-off land. And the king was something else. And the king didn't do anything to help the people. The people didn't have jobs. They were homeless. They were on pot, fentanyl. They were violent in their communities. There was a mess. And the king would sometimes feed them and make them feel good. And they loved the king because once in a while he would throw them a piece of bread. And then the king would lie to them and make them feel good and blame it on somebody else and not him doing his job, or they have a false relationship, are relying on him. And he had never planned to do anything for them. And so, long story short, there were a major earthquake in this town one day. And a lot of buildings fell apart. People died. And it was a mess in some of the neighborhoods where the king ruled. And so the king not really caring to do anything about it, but the king decided, you know what, just for the thrill of it, let me fly over the area and look at it and pretend I care and make false promises as to what I'm going to do about it. But before the earthquake happened, the king wasn't doing anything. He would give the people the welfare, the affirmative action, and DEI programs. And didn't care. But they loved the king because the king would give them free stuff once in a while. And so earthquake happened. And one day the king and his little helpers told him, King, you better take a ride over the area there, act like you care. And so the king's full thrill of it. The king like, okay, I'll do a little fly over tomorrow. Make an announcement. The king going to be flying over the area of the earthquake. Take a look at it. And the king took a flight over the area there, looked at all the damage. And the people loved the king because he came, and the only thing the king got from it was a thrill. He didn't care at all about it. He could care less about the earthquake happening to the people or rebuilding for the people. And so the king, little helper, said, you know what? That was a bad earthquake. Let's bring some experts in to tell us about how to prepare for the next earthquake. What should we do now? And the king like, oh yeah, that's a nice idea. They'll think I love them because we're going to bring in some experts, and the experts are going to tell them what to do because this was a bad one, and there's going to be some aftershocks or something like that. And so they brought in the experts, the earthquake experts. And they walked around and made sure the media showed them walking around. And it made the people think that the king really cared. He has experts over. And the king going to tell us what to do and be prepared for the next aftershock or something. And so the experts came, long story short. And the experts told the king and the people, y'all better get out of here. You're living on sand right now. This is not solid ground anymore. It's not going to work. It's going to be worse next time around. An earthquake is going to be worse. This is not good to stay here. And the king got mad at the experts for telling the people to go to safety. The king got mad because they were warning the people to think for themselves. And the king didn't want the people thinking for themselves. He was like, what the? You going to tell my people to think for themselves? If they start thinking for themselves, how would I be king? And so the king ran the people off. The experts that told the people, this is not solid ground. Y'all better get out of here. This is going to fall apart again. And the king ran the experts off and told the people, don't pay any attention to them. They don't know what they're talking about. And the king was like, what the? Don't pay any attention to them. They're lying to you. And they ran the experts away. And the people believed the king. And they stayed. And guess what happened? A few days later or so, an aftershock came. And the whole village fell apart. It was worse. It fell into the ground. Just as the experts warned them. Y'all better leave now. Take responsibility to leave now because you're not on solid ground. And the king didn't want you to know that because how would he be king if you start thinking for yourself? And the experts, they just shook their heads. They're like, people don't listen. They don't take good advice. They don't listen. So they get what they deserve. They don't listen. And the experts just shook their head. And the king was safe because the king was up in a different part. He had a solid house he was living in. He was fine. And the moral to the story is that you don't listen. Someone comes along and tells you, hey, your foundation is not built on solid ground. You are not who you think that you are. There is no I. There is no me. But you keep saying I and me, 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 me. And you're building your house on sand. because you are building your house on an ego, an illusion, a false self. And your house will crumble. But someone comes along and tell you that, and then somebody else, the king, your leaders, your politicians, your psychiatrists, your counselors, they tell you, no, that's not true. Give me $1,000, I'll tell you how to build your house. Here's some medication. And you don't listen, and you don't build your house, or you listen to the illusion, thoughts, and emotion, and you build your house on sand. And you look for people to guide you, to be your king or your queens. Just like they're doing in Chicago. The black people and some of the liberal whites, they're relying on kings to fix their problems. They're not taking responsibility for themselves at all. They're not building their foundation on solid ground. They're killing one another. They're robbing and stealing and killing and blaming and crying racism. And their kings deceive them by saying Trump is a racist. Trump has no right to come in here and help you at all. Listen to me. I'm your king. Even though I'm not doing anything about it, we're going to build you some homes. Your problem is not lack of love. Your problem is not you're not thinking for yourself. Your problem is not you are killing one another, robbing other people. You need some houses. And the mayor and the governor and all the so-called leaders of Chicago, maybe not all, maybe one or two conservatives are not for this, but they deceive you and you trust them. And you live in horrible neighborhoods while they live free. The kings have protections around them. Here's some of you know that crime is over this past Labor Day weekend. I forgot the number of murders in Chicago, but it was through the roof, according to a report. And yet the mayor and the governor can tell the people, Donald Trump is not coming here. He shouldn't come here, and the people applaud. Yes! The mayor and the governor give a fiery speech and said, don't listen to the expert like the great white hope Donald Trump. Listen to me. I'm your king. Yes! Now go kill yourself. I'll build some houses. Here, and everybody know the crime is out of control in Chicago, and nobody there is doing anything about it. Over the past Labor Day weekend, September 1st through the 2nd, 2025, Chicago experienced 9,000 deaths and 52 injuries from gun violence. I mean 9, not 9,000. Not 9,000, 9 deaths. Not thousands, but 9 deaths. Correction. And the people applauded the mayor when he said, Donald Trump ain't coming here to stop this. And the governor said, no, Donald Trump, you are not invited. That was from Chicago Times. But there are a few people who try to build a house on a solid foundation. Here is a Chicago resident who says the solution is to bring in more police. Watch this from Fox News.
It's just gone from bad to worse to disaster.
No one really feels safe. It's impossible to feel safe in a city like this, especially with the leadership we have.
These kids are carrying guns like around the ages of 8 years old, and they're killing other 8-year-old kids with guns. It's insane.
My opinion, not enough police officers. The police officers' hands are tied.
So the police is really unappreciative for offhand under Brandon Johnson, Lori Lightfoot, J.B. Priester. Those are three are the reason why nobody want to be a police.
Their policies when it comes to crime is not working at all.
I think the biggest piece of the pie has to be more police officers, more protection. That's what the people want.
Amazing, huh? And Brandon Johnson and Priester Tell Trump, no, you ain't coming here. You're not going to save my people. We're going to build more houses for them. You're a dictator. Don't do that. And the mayor is black. And they vote for him. They vote for a king who ride over and look at the aftermath. And they think he loved them. Or they listen to the evil spirits of the mind, the imagination, and the mind tell them, yeah, Donald Trump is a dictator. Especially young white women in Chicago, they vote for these people, New York and places like that, because they've been educated. When will you take control of your own life? When will you return to the source within that will take care of you? Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. You have all power and all authority, men and women, but you got to return to it. And the wind and the sea will obey you. But you won't take control of your life. You believe first inside of your own imagination, you believe there's a you. And you keep listening to a false you, giving a false you information. And then you listen to the devil and others tell you the same thing. Why not go within and listen to the spirit of truth, not in the imagination? 888-7753-773. The Great White Hope is doing all he can to make America great again, in spite of the people, the Democrats and the liberal media and the deceived people trying to stop him. But nothing can stop him because he is one with what is right. You could do the same thing. You got to become whole. You got to be one. You got to let the world go. To hell with the world, meaning the people of the world. Leave them alone. Let them be and suffer and do what they want. That's their life. You can't save them, and you're wrong for trying to even want to save them. That's all ego, another false self. Oh, but I don't want to see the people suffer. Why not? They want to suffer. And God is not going to bother them. You're not God. Why don't you leave everybody else alone and live your life? And don't judge them. Let them live the way they want to live. Your parents, your adult children, your so-called friends, your so-called workers. You don't have a right to be mad at somebody because they're not doing it your way. It's enough keeping up with your own, being present. Nobody care about you, and you don't care about anyone else, because if you love them, you will leave them alone. You will leave them in their hell. If you love them, you wouldn't try to stop anyone from suffering. That ain't love, to try to stop another person from suffering. What the? You can't even stop yourself. And then you cry. Donald Trump is doing an amazing job in spite of the opposition because he knows the secret. He's living from his own world. He owns his own world and the universe, and so can you, inside of you, though. PBS News. President Trump announced on Tuesday that the United States sank a boat after it left Venezuela carrying drugs. Those other government that we had before Trump didn't do anything about this.